But a core thing is Morris Chang, founder of TSMC, who he started out as like a Taiwanese manufacturer, and then he got more and more into making semiconductors and figured out the process. He was the guy that figured it out, right? Probably in real time. And there's a company that is kind of catching all the stuff that's coming out of the US and making it happen in Taiwan. Um, but in the US, because we had union, yeah, I mean, this is where the unions come in, but our workers were unionized, even though, still today it's only 12% of our workforce. The union's job was to increase the income of their members and to do that in negotiation with the companies. And so there's a series of mistakes that you can say, but these are only mistakes in hindsight, where the companies kind of gave in and said, okay, we'll work with you and we'll make sure your union members have a great life, mainly the UAW, because the car business was such a big piece of our manufacturing. We still have a lot of car factories here in the US. And so the problem is that they're not capable of producing at the same rate or cost as the China factories. So the American companies started moving manufacturing overseas and really to China. There is some in Vietnam, there is some in Korea, and in part because they were competing with the Japanese companies. If you go back 40 years, there was this idea of Japan Inc.
Yep.
Which is that Japan was going to take over the world because they're so good at scaled manufacturing and they're so disciplined and consensus based. But even the Japanese didn't figure out what was going on in China. So they have had the same problem, now have the same problem we do. And then it became a race to become really good at manufacturing stuff in China. And Apple is the iconic company in that because they taught China how to do scaled manufacturing of
Crazy.
hard tech.